You can't look at the act that we had going on and say we weren't over. You can't look at us and say we weren't good wrestlers, that we weren't entertaining. So the reasoning behind letting us go at this point is mind-boggling. I have no idea why they thought that was a good business decision. You know, they decided to go with the bromance. I like Robbie and I like Jesse, but I'll say this right now: we're a better team than them. We're a better team. We're more entertaining and we're better wrestlers. And you know, that's it. And I love him to death. And you know, Jesse's worked really hard to get where he's at right now, and he's learning by leaps and bounds. But side by side, we are a better team than them, and they decided to go with them, and that's a personal decision.
And it's one of those things, like, you know, it's like you start to think, like, does somebody just not like us? Like, you always hear that, and you know, I would even ask, like, did we piss somebody off? Did somebody just not like us?
Was your pay ever behind the schedule at all?
The worst instance was Christmas of last year, where
at least it's just Christmas.
Yeah, I literally was 3 weeks behind on a check, and I didn't get a check until 2 days before Christmas, which completely, absolutely 1,000% my holidays up. Like, I was at the point where I had a single digit before the decimal of money in my savings account.
I don't mean to laugh.
No, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
What do you think about the girl who played Claire Lynch?
Well, part of the problem was, like, it's funny too, because they told us that she was the better looking of the two,
Which was astonishing.
Right.
which was astonishing.
We're like, wait a minute, this is supposed to be a girl that
I mean,
AJ...
she was a nice gal, but she was not someone that AJ would have been tempted to sleep with other than his wife. And the idea was going to be that this girl was going to be Dixie's niece. Well, I think part of that was they didn't want a girl better looking than Dixie. You know what I mean? They were like, well, what if you slept with AJ's cousin? And AJ's answer was like, that's fine, I love him, he's my friend.
Right.
And if my cousin and he find love, then great. And that was their idea, and like Frankie's response was, well then, what if it was this?
Yeah.
And that was how it all turned into.
Hey, what if he banged your sister? And AJ's like, he's my best friend,
yeah.
that's fine.
Better him than some of these
Yeah,
dumb
you wouldn't be mad, like, no, dummy, like, so, yeah.
But my understanding was they didn't tell her exactly what she was going to do when she was auditioning.
Sure.
And so it was like, hey, you got the job. Hey, you have to be a crackhead. Hey, you're going to pretend that you're pregnant. Hey, you're basically a homewrecker. All of these things that happened after she gets the job, and then it's like, oh, wait a minute, this isn't what I signed up for.
Because she was just an actress auditioning for her role, you know.
Right.
She didn't know the wacky world of pro wrestling, so.
And she wasn't ready for it. It was going to go from AJ's banging Dixie to AJ had an affair with this girl and had the baby, and then the end result was going to be basically Maury Povich, AJ Styles, you are not the father. Oh, you know, that was the idea.
Scumbags, and which ultimately would have been way better than what happened.
I don't want bad things to happen to TNA. There are a lot of my friends that are still there, but I mean, you look at the downward spiral of ratings and decisions that seem to just be like, wait, why are you doing this again? And I don't know. Maybe there's a plan, maybe there's a ploy in place, but who knows, man?
I hope TNA hires Jim Ross tomorrow, or puts Tommy Dreamer in charge, and I hope things turn around, and I hope their ratings go sky high.
And that has nothing to do with whether we work there ever again.
No, absolutely not. It's because I have friends that wrestle there, and the more places to work for the boys, the better. I love this business. I have a lot of friends. I love in it. I want them to do well. I want TNA to do well, man. I wanted them to do well when I was there. I want them to do well in my absence. It's obviously not up to me at this point. I tried to help. I gave my best effort.